Holy Monks Walk, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast, where we talk about everything theme parks, roller coasters from all around the world. Thank you for joining us, everyone in the chat, watching live. If you are listening to this on podcast after we are live on every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So how are we doing, everyone? How are we doing, guys?
I'm good.
All good, thank you.
Struggle to unmute my mic then.
Unmute.
It's a weird one now having to unmute yourself. There's a bit of a lag there.
Yep, Control Z.
So yeah, it's we've only
Yo, we are back.
we've missed
Turn
a
on the
week.
Mac.
I think we've missed a week, but if it feels like we've been gone away for like a month,
Right.
Like
It's-
so much
it's-
happened.
It feels like it's been so long.
Yeah.
It really has. But yeah, no, it's good to be back. Thank you for everyone joining us again. Let me just see who's in the chat. We got Jesse, we got Matt. They are ghosts. They are ghosts. How you doing? What is your name there, ghost? So no, not just to call you they are ghosts. Come up with like just a pseudonym.
He's here, but in spirit.
Dan, what's that?
He's here, but in spirit. So it was bad.
Yeah, in his spirit.
Oh God.
We got Dan, we got Jamie, we got Matt, we got Bradley.
Projection, how's it going? Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Oh,
Albert,
what's
how you
up?
doing,
What's
Albert?
up, projection. What's up, Alex? What's
So
up,
yeah.
Albert?
Yeah. How have you guys? You been busy the last? Well, we
Very.
haven't properly spoken since Blackpool opening
No, we
weekend.
haven't.
No. Mega busy. Pure content throughout like all of Coast
Yeah.
Jet at the moment. Just ramping shit up, getting ready for Towers opening, the big one. Like I'm so excited for Towers opening.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're staying over, big roller coaster restaurant, woodcutters, premiering the night before we go to Towers.
Being
yeah.
attempting not
Awesome.
to crash on the country roads.
Yes, don't get hit by a fucking tractor. That'd be a good start.
How you doing, Sam?
Sam, I love you, right? But
Is there some beef going on here?
if it's a
Stood him up. Stood him up for it.
how long is this joke gonna get dragged
Listen,
on for?
It's not a joke. Not a joke, Nicole. You've really upset him, mate.
You've really destroyed
You
it.
blanked him. You ghosted him.
He's going to do a video soon. Expedition Mikhail extinct, never showed.
Yeah, exactly. How we doing, Carl? How we doing, Lizzie? I hope you're all well. But yeah, like what I was going to say was before we come back to Alton Towers, but yeah, last time we saw each other was Blackpool opening weekend. Obviously,
Yeah.
James, you weren't there, but the rest of us were. Did you have a good opening weekend?
I did. Yeah, kept on getting.
You knackered your ankle though, didn't you?
Oh, mate, I don't know. We watched. So if you guys have seen the zoo vlog, that was the day before opening. So that was on Friday. So that was before
Yeah.
Spoons at Night. We walked from Pete's to the zoo and back, which turned out to be 10.2 miles. Didn't think it was going to be that far.
It's actually 10.2 miles.
10.2 miles.
Bloody hell.
Fucking
Shit, if you live in Blackpool, that's just a walk down the front, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was I did something in the zoo on one of the tree branches, like I crookled or something. I went over my ankle, and
I
it was
love
just
that
I was just in so
expression.
much pain. It was like
I've never, you know what? haven't heard that. Like crookled is like
Crookled.
a proper northern
Crookled.
expression that I only heard like a year
yeah, but you
ago.
know what? A
I-
crook grind.
Yeah,
no,
it's perfect.
Don't put that on the north. I
No.
don't say that shit.
Well,
It's
it's
a
like
rock-
a
Actually,
man-
it is
it's like
actually
a-
a Rochdale saying. It's a Rochdale.
Is it a
saying.
Rochdale? Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
actually my friend's from Rochdale, so she's the
Yeah.
one who told me. But that's it's perfect because it explains twisting your ankle because
You
it's not an
crookled.
actual like there's
Yeah.
not a word for that. So I think
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
perfect. I
You
always
learn
use that.
something
Like,
every day. There you go.
crookled your ankle.
But yeah, I fucking
Um,
fucked it. I fucked my ankle, and I didn't really drink much because I was on paracetamol and all that stuff. So I was a bit
Mm.
like, meh. And then just going in the park the day after was just crazy. Like
Mm.
seeing so many people.
Oh, it's
It was
mental,
just,
weren't
it was just like hard to. I was trying to do a vlog in Kiss Me Quick, and it was just like, oh hey Luke, I'm like, I want to be like really friendly with
Yeah.
everyone, but I'm like, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
do
trying to
a vlog.
vlog. Trying to
Yeah.
vlog, bro.
Yeah, on the camera,
Danielle
mate.
said she lived in Rochdale.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's
Oh,
never heard
don't
of
be
it.
like that. You
Your theory's
definitely
been
heard that.
debunked.
No, that's
Well, I just thought it was like a general Manchester
I
area
believe
saying.
it is
Carl,
right.
have you ever heard of that?
Manchester.
Cole, no. Cole's.
Yeah,
Sulphur
Carl,
It's
House.
mad
deny
that
for
Americans
us.
have a crook grind, but no one's heard of crookle, which is literally the full word for crook. Like,
Oh, okay.
you think about it,
Yeah,
how you do a crook
yeah.
grind on a skateboard, it goes in on an
Oh.
angle and lifts up.
Tangent.
Maybe just
All right,
going
okay.
over.
But well,
Missed that.
but I thought I was pretty impressed with Black, even though it was pretty wet and windy. Like Blackpool wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be weather-wise. I think we
No.
did all right on the Saturday.
Yeah.
It was only the end of the day. which-
Until we decided to go ride Icon.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I've never heard of Rochdale. That's fine.
It's a place. It's a place. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I had a really good time opening. That was my first proper opening weekend where I was like, actually, we mingled with other enthusiasts. And yeah, it was meant. I was dead after that weekend. It took me until about Saturday just gone to fully recover from it. I'm old, man. I'm old. I was like, I felt worse on the following Thursday than I did on a Sunday. And I was like, how does that even work? But I did have a cold and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I made
no,
them.
it's good.
I need to. When it comes to drinking, I need to just not
Drink more.
drink only beers because they just get me
Yeah.
so full to the point where like I'm getting full off
Yeah.
of like 2 beers and I'm not even
I-
drunk.
I
So,
on
like,
the Saturday,
rum and stuff.
yeah. On the Friday, I pretty much just stuck to a beer, and then I was just drinking that Leffe for ages, and
Dude, that beer was
Yeah.
so good.
it was good, isn't it, man?
Leffe,
That's
yeah.
such a nice beer, and
My
so I was just
favourite one.
drinking that all night. But the thing is, I was getting a bit tipsy, and I just kept ordering like drinks on my phone, and then I went to the table at one point, and there was just like 5 pints of Leffe on the table.
It's
I
way
was like,
too
I better
easy.
start
It's
drinking,
way
yeah.
too easy. So, like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously,
it
just
really
ordering out.
is. Like I was
Yeah.
ordering 2
it's
at
way
a
too
time
easy to
because
order drinks on that.
I just couldn't be asked going to the bar, man. It was rammed.
Yeah, it
Like,
was so rammed. That's
Like
what I
seven-
thought.
It was like 7 deep at one
Oh,
point.
I didn't go to the
It was
bar once.
ridiculous.
yeah. No,
bar didn't
I
sit in
know,
my
you're-
face.
you're smart. You're smart. Yeah.
But I stuck
I-
to beers. Someone like I think Mikey bought like a massive round of like sour shots, and I was like, that's gross. And then I end up like peer pressuring me to drink some. But then the Saturday, like, I couldn't, like, I was drinking and I was just like not even. It wasn't like even hitting me. So I just started on the
Too
Jaeger
cold.
bombs, and then it was a downhill all downhill
And
from
then
there.
Hannah came through with the Jaeger bombs and the Skittle bombs. That's the first time I've
Oh
ever
yeah,
heard of a Skittle bomb. to be fair.
Skittle bombs are lovely.
yeah.
So good.
It was nice. It was nice.
Um,
I enjoyed it.
They are very nice.
Yeah, Carl, you were missed, but we did have your cutout. With
That was
with us.
fucking
You were there
hilarious.
in spirit and cardboard.
Yeah.
And a card.
We had a cardboard cutout of his car.
You were there in
Just in the
Kellogg's.
corner. It was the funniest thing when we saw him bobbing through Weatherspoons when Chris brought him along. It was so funny. But no, it was good. But yeah, anyway, obviously, like you say, Towers is coming up. We're pretty much all going to be there together,
Yeah.
which is good. It's like the first.
I'm gonna be there
Ever.
at some point during the weekend.
I
Yeah.
managed to get a ticket for the Saturday. I think like, I remember looking the first time and I couldn't find a Saturday ticket, and then I looked
Really?
again. And then I've got one now. So I don't know if they just I don't know if they just released more. Or
I think they
whatever.
might have released them in batches. I think they're doing
Maybe.
that more often now. And with
Yeah.
all these restrictions going soon in the UK, I wonder if we're going to return to no pre-books. I can't see it happening, but it'd be good if it did. Like just being able to walk up on towers and just walk in. Miss them days.
Is Clay coming as
Sudden
well?
appearance of a
Clay-
Can we get Clay on
Clay-
Nemesis, yeah?
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping, like these pre-books, we can just turn up to the park again. That's how I remember it, man. Back in the glory days.
Why
You
am
could just
I-
walk
it's-
in there.
It's like everything
YMCA Coasters says bells. Anyone?
Oh,
I remember,
yeah, that was
Oh,
crazy.
no.
I remember a few people talking about they were getting fucked off bells whiskey.
Well, you will because it's like 40% whiskey. It's like not.
It was
know?
yeah, and it was like, was it like two quid a shot or something, or something like that, something ridiculous. And so everyone was just ordering. on the app.
Wow.
Everyone was just ordering like
It was a
shitloads
dangerous
of
situation.
That's
Shot
like
for sure.
all the
stealing
different-
liquor. Like it's not what you buy.
Yeah.
You steal it from the cupboard. When
It was
there's
like a
nothing
special
left.
offer, so
Like,
everyone was just like ordering loads and just putting them around to random tables, and it was.
do you reckon it's just because everyone at Spoons got given a bottle of Bells for Christmas and they're like, nah, don't like this. Okay, let's just sell it. It's just
Yeah,
a line
maybe.
of Bells in the back.
Probably over order. £1 for a single. That was it.
quid
yeah,
for a
£1
single.
99p for a single.
Shit.
99p. That's what
Wow,
it
it's
was.
better than the pound shop.
Yeah. So I was technically right.
Yeah, you were. It was very cheap to get pissed,
Yeah.
basically.
But yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff to go through tonight. I'll just quickly go. So we're going to talk about Exodus extension, Ride to Happiness stalling. We're going to go Fantasy Islands, like literally just announced before we come on air.
Good time in Fantasy
Drake-
Island.
Drayton Manor construction, Topfield Dragster closure announcement. Boulder close. Oh, my Haven's closing, isn't it? And Star Group Cruiser Media passes. The outcry that's happened. Am I missing anything off there? I feel like I'm missing something.
Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Icebreaker. Did I say that? I didn't say
Icebreaker
that.
the
did I?
Heights. No, you didn't say.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
See
first
what
of all,
opinion
we'll
I
start with Exodus then. I think, and so the news is
You're gonna have to explain this
the
one to me because I didn't really.
Have you not
look into
seen it? Because to me, it looks like it's gone in on one side and gone further out at the top end. Which
I
says
don't-
to
I don't-
me,
I
it's
think
they-
I think
they
it.
haven't-
No.
They haven't brought anything in. So they've on their planning application for it, they have recently submitted due to design developments, an application to extend the area of which they have to work in
I knew it.
for the ride.
Thought
So they have pushed it out a bit further into where loggers
RMC
leap
supports.
used to
gone wider on the supports, maybe.
further to where loggers leap used to go into, and a bit out onto. It's gone out onto all of the area of
There it is.
all of the
So this is
area
the-
of
this is the-
platform 15.
That's the original
That's
one.
what-
So you'll
Ah.
see that triangle on the top disappear in a minute, I think, when you go to the.
Wait, this is
Where?
the original
They're
one?
here. No, it
Yeah.
it comes out. It comes out.
Yeah, it moves further out.
Oh no, it comes in.
No.
Wait,
No,
no,
that's-
no.
No, that's
that's
the
the
original.
original.
And the
Oh,
next
that's the
one's
original.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
Shout
they
out to
added-
Attraction Sauce, by the
and
way.
it goes further out up onto
Yeah,
the full
further
length
out.
of platform 15 as well.
I think that could be. I'm starting to think maybe RMC have got this. You know,
Nah,
because-
Or they're going for the same company, but have realised all of the outcry of it looks so short.
I think it's one of
what,
two
and added
things.
one turn.
It's one of two things really. It could be it could be like really just straightforward, boring. Like they need more space to build
because they didn't realise the support was going to go out to there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like there needs to be a certain amount of there needs to be like a certain amount of clearance from like where it needs to be, so they brought it out a little bit.
Correct me
It
if
could
I'm
just
wrong.
be something like that.
Is it where that weird ass turnaround, inverted turnaround thing is? Is that where it is on the layout? It looks
I
like
don't
it
know.
is. where
It looks
sits.
like it.
Yeah, right.
It looks like that random corner in the top right is like that's where most of the extension is.
Yeah.
Apart from it all
could just
going,
be-
past Loggers Leap and that, but
But the thing is, like the people who made the original kind of like designs, like that may have just been like thrown together, kind of like this
Oh,
is
for
what we
sure.
kind of want.
Yeah.
Now, like say if Mac have got the contract, Mac have gone into it and gone, no, we need to do this. Like so, then they've gone, okay, well we're gonna have to extend this out a little bit. Could just be as boring as that, or like you say, it could be that they've listened to what everyone was saying and saying, yeah, it looks pretty short. If you're going to do something to this scale, just make it a little bit bigger. Come on. So hopefully that is the outcome of it, really.
at this point, I hope it is a muck. I don't want it to be an RMC because of what this Mac this Mac this Mac concept has the potential to be. Like
Sure.
the newer Mac coasters have just been leveling up in outrageousness ever since like time traveler. I think.
Yeah,
like they're just getting more and more varied, more and more creative. So
it's gonna be
I really hope this is the Muck concept that it looks like it will be.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't close. Sam said it's going to be where Love Island Lights is held under the coast.
It's going to be a scare maze underneath it. That's what it is.
Yeah, so sorry.
Platform
Traction
16.
Source saying definitely goes out and covers the rest of Loggers area on the north side of the lake. Hopefully they will include some layout in the Rock Canyon area that the train used to pass through. Would be cool. They may as well utilize it.
Definitely. Yeah.
You think they would? But
over the coming weeks, we will get the full submission of what they want to do. So we will get, if they have changed the track layout, we will get some sort of idea of what they're planning on doing again.
Yeah. Maybe we've no people in the track this time.
yeah, floating up.
Just engineer just wasn't dressed for the occasion. That's it.
Exactly,
mate.
Exactly.
That's I don't know what you're talking about. That's direct competition to Blackpool. Walk the Muck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Walk the Muck.
Hinting. Not even that. Climb the Muck.
Climb it. Exactly. So next up we got Ride to Happiness stalled in the storms.
I didn't actually know about this, but then I saw the video of the crane basket.
To me, it's not the ride stalling that does it for me, or Valiant, I should say. It's the cherry picker and the lift and the basket is just
insane.
It's
just
like,
obviously
for it.
It's recreating.
Obviously,
yeah. You can't spin, so I will. Let's go.
So was this the same storm that like we had? Like,
it was the same time, so it was probably like the aftermath.
I have seen like clips from
independently fucked up by wind as well.
Yeah, I've seen clips from the Netherlands where they've where like an entire church spire was shaking from
a cherry picker
storm Eunice.
So obviously we hope everyone was safe. We know it could be a scary situation.
Everyone eventually got evac'd safely, as far as I'm aware.
Some
How come they couldn't just push it over?
On my tweet. Well, this is what people are saying, but the only thing I could think of is that
that last car is hanging quite a bit off of the.
Maybe the coaster just like
enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like once it's stalled, either the ops or maintenance would have just hit the e-stop.
Yeah,
but how would you like? I don't think. Yeah, but how would you push it off? Would you just get a broom and hang over in the?
I don't know if
ratchet off the crane.
I don't know if it would be. I don't know if it would.
It would be attached when it falls down. It would still be attached to it, and then it would.
I don't know if it would be pushing it off as much as using the crane to essentially, what's the term we use for when Intamin do pull throughs for testing, doing essentially the same thing, just down. What I would have thought is that they would do that, but just down the first side of the top hat onto the LSMs. I don't in an e-stop situation, all power is cut off, so like they wouldn't have been able to use the LSM.
It's just the fact of how they have to attach to the train. It would be risky having passengers on it at the same time. They would. That's probably how they would recover it, is to get it to go back down rather than having to drain it off. Yeah. But in terms of safety, it would be safer to get everyone off and have the train secure while they're getting them off rather than trying to push it down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With how there was only one little bit that was hanging down that first drop. The rest was quite flat level.
Yeah.
So it's safer to probably secure it than it is to winch it through people.
That lift, it's very steep. You can see the back carriage is like almost vertical in a way. Like imagine being on Icon and stopping before you go over. Like that's the exact same feeling that they would have had. Like mad.
Yeah, it's pretty mad, isn't it?
When big one trains would you say hi to?
At the moment, no.
I thought it was funny how an insane amount of people, assumed that Enzo was opening.
Yeah,
when we went Like, there's so many people going, "How was Enzo?" And I was like, "Sniping it." Like,
it's not done yet. The trains have not arrived.
Yeah. I thought they had though. That's the thing. Like,
they may have. They may have. I've heard people saying like I've heard people saying that they've seen like something wrapped up in around the station area, like what would be it. So, but
leaflets.
It's going to have to be tested and everything, isn't it? So they're going to have to attach it, test it. Probably. I mean, like you think of like a new coaster, it's tested for like months. So they might have to do like, you know, a week or so of testing it. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. It's coming soon though. So what shall we go on to next? So Fantasy Island just released a video for.
Didn't answer it yet.
Yeah, I'm completely oblivious.
It's got it's either a walkthrough attraction or really, you know, really well themed queue line. It's kind of hard to tell at the minute.
You just going off of that video that they shared on Twitter, because I've not actually watched that yet.
Yeah. So I won't share the audio because it just will mess it up. But this is the
Guardian. It's a newspaper.
Filmed with a selfie stick, bro. Saw the shadow. So what we're seeing when you're listening to this, we're watching what looks like a castle.
Something someone would say in your industry. I've seen it. I saw the shadow.
We see a dragon, a pretty well themed dragon. Looks good. It's weird because I'm listening to this and having to shout. I need to mute it at my end.
It's like closed captions from Sean Dyer.
Yeah, everyone turn captions on now.
And in true
audio description.
In true style. But that's the general gist of it, really. Oh, here we go. But it almost looks like a little village-y type thing, and some mad camera work there. See, what is this thing here? Like, this looks... But this is
like a lobby.
Listed as an attraction.
That's just the indoor part of Fantasy Island.
To me, that just seems like an events area.
It's the dome,
like the dome. Yeah,
that looks very different to what I remember it looking like.
I mean, like you've got the entrance to Millennium off on the right there. There's some slides off to the left. That's just
where is
indoor.
I think
it's a pyramid.
Oh yeah, this is a brilliant bit of a whoa. So yeah, Guardian. So what do we think of this?
Guardian is guarding the village of Guardians.
So it says the wait is finally over. Who's ready to be immersed in that ultimate thrill-seeking attraction? So that suggests like a thrilling ride.
Yeah.
Set your alarms for March the 19th. Fantasy fans, the Guardian awaits.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm probably not going back there, but but I mean, it's interesting.
I'll be going there some point. I haven't not been to Fantasy Island since I was like 13, so I need to go back. But yeah, it's interesting because it just looks really like they've put a lot of effort into the sets and things.
Yeah, it's like Yarvik style theming inside it. It's cool. It's cool.
What's the chat thing? What do you think a new attraction is?
Robo-Arm.
Robo-Arm.
Could be.
Get Kuka involved, yeah.
Yeah, I had a look too and did see something the wrong way around. Oh, that's about Icon. So no one's got any no one in the comments has got any guesses.
With VR. Great.
Please don't be VR.
Robo-Arm.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good shout. I don't know if it will be because I know I work with KUKA and I know how much them Robo-Arms cost. You may as well install a coaster.
Bradley Connor said already confirmed by James Mellors that it's a Robo-Arm.
It's a Robo-Arm. That is interesting.
Yeah,
isn't the fruit on them not great?
It's just it's just like it's two seats.
They got the fruit of a 2P machine.
Yeah.
I was going to use the example of Forbidden Journey, but we cannot really compare the throughput capabilities of Universal.
No, it's completely different. It's completely different.
Absolutely no.
Dan says park map shows a robot arm, I think.
Oh, shall we have a look? Have a look
at the map.
So the only robo arm that's in the UK at the minute is on Brighton Pier. Is it Brighton Pier? I believe.
Wow, really?
I didn't even realize we had one in the UK.
Yeah, we've got a yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, the
Robo
Coaster, they call it. And
wait, why is that not a thing at Avengers Campus? Jarvis Robo Arm Ride. Why is that not a thing?
We can save the Disney slander till later.
Okay. Galactic proportions.
Keep talking. I'm just trying to find the map. I need to look at this now.
Imagine if it's Forbidden Journey level. I know, right? Western Supermare Grand Pier from.
I like your optimism.
He says it's 4 across seating 2.
Oh.
So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be VR.
VR on
definitely. It's going, and that what we're seeing there is the queue line to it, and it's going to be like yeah. Here we go.
The queue line's the whole Fantasy Island.
So it won't be a KUKA arm. It will be the one I did when I went to IAP. Me and Joe did.
I
was literally just about to say that. The one I saw at IAP in Orlando was like it wasn't exactly like an extending arm.
James. It was when I went to Orlando IAPA.
There we go.
That.
Yeah.
So if I
the other one's Grand Pier,
like the movements were slight, it could turn upside down.
That's it.
Fairness.
But that's
that looks like a frog hopper.
That is.
That genuinely looks like a frog hopper.
I don't think it is.
But it looks like.
I know what you mean. It just
that'd be funny if it is.
If I can find
Dragon hopper.
If I can find my video, because we did it, I think I showed it on here before, didn't I? Where me and Joe was our Appa, and it was on the Robo Coaster. Not the Robo. Well, it is a Robo Coaster, but it's not, because a Robo Coaster was a KUKA thing, and it's not a KUKA arm.
I would say so, Sibby. I would say you're going to be upside down on it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the one me and Joe went on, we were.
Did you guys actually do it?
Yeah, we went on it.
I didn't ride it. I took a video of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one. That's the one I saw.
Why does it look so jank? Like,
it was actually pretty good. The only problem is like the restraints. You're not very like secure. You have this lap thing in it, but it does knock your head around a little bit. But because it all depends on how the VR is done. The VR we did on this was just really, really well done. That it felt like it didn't feel too jarring. But we did a few flips on this, so it could be. I think it's going to be this.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is like that. That seems feasible.
Because this was like the biggest thing at Europa, at the IAPA Europe, because like people were just not bringing, because it was the first IAPA back that people weren't like going all out on their stands. So this got a big crowd. So you can imagine somewhere like Fantasy Island going there, seeing this and being like,
Jesus,
it does move.
Yeah, it's good. It was really good. I was really impressed with it, to be honest. And as far as VR goes, that was done really, really well. So yeah,
that should be fun if it is that. For sure,
it's something extra. It's not annoying because it's not like it's not an egg.
Yeah,
an ultimate egg.
An ultimate egg.
Imagine if. They've seen that and just go, we're ditching the egg, and then end up getting that for Ultimate VR instead.
We're ditching the egg. We're getting a Stargate pole. Let's go.
No, they just basically do. They just basically do it how that kind of attraction is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually give it some ancillary elements, and actually put you in a world, in an actual creative world.
It's what John Wardley said was like to make it like a good attraction, like a good ride. It needs to be I think John Wadley said it was John Wadley said this. It needs to be as entertaining to watch than it is to ride.
Absolutely.
And that sort of attraction there is like it is really fun just watching people on it. And that's why I had such a crowd out of APA. So that's a good way of doing VR rather than just sticking you in a room somewhere or in a pod. Like it's just stupid.
And actually give you something interesting to watch other than other roller coasters that exist in the world that you could actually go and ride.
And that's the thing. Like it annoys me because like Water Valley, we're getting rid of stuff, and that's a replacement for it. It shouldn't be a replacement for anything.
No,
that's when it annoys me. If it's a replacement, if it's just like an addition, fair enough. Like that's good. That's a good little.
Anything new, great.
And I think kids can ride that easily as well. We were seeing kids riding it and things, so it's good for everyone really. But yeah, the throughput is bad on them just because. You have to they have to have the person has to put the goggles on you because it's just so fiddly. Like that's just the nature of VR, though, isn't it? What do you think about the rapids? About them having the rapids from Light Water Valley?
What that means. White water,
White Water Valley.
Has anyone heard of that?
The island are getting them or something? I don't know. Like what?
Oh, they've taken them off.
Have they?
Light Water. Light Water have completely rebranded. Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's literally Gulliver's World.
Yeah, it's looking absolutely tragic, man. Like they've got some scuffed version of Figment.
Yeah,
as their like new mascot thingy.
Yeah, but he's popular.
They're just like popcorn buckets. Yeah, we'll get in on that. Like, let's go for it.
And wellies.
Yeah,
it's
complete. It's obvious from this what their future of like Water Valley is really.
Yeah,
family adventure park. It doesn't even say theme park anymore. It used to say theme park, didn't it?
Yeah.
What would make that picture better is a tractor in the background. I don't know why. It just looks like
it'd be a bit more accurate.
Look how weird. Look at that. That's
what the hell?
Weird.
Mike Wazowski.
That's the demonic version of Mike.
That's
Wazowski.
Mike Freskowski.
I think that's
Mike Myazowski.
Halloween frills.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say the Ultimate dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't be relocated. It can't be relocated anyway, can it?
I think they'll survive, but they'll just scrape.
Say anything until it's confirmed, but
yeah, I don't think the Ultimate's going to be around for any period of time. Something like
am I a bad person for not caring whether it opens or not?
Yeah, because you've fucking done it, mate. Like,
loads of people have.
I've never done
it.
What?
Loads of people.
Yeah, but that's why you're not bothered. I'm not bothered because I didn't get to do the cred.
Loads of people like Joe who couldn't be here grew up with it and have a lot of sentimental connection to that ride, irrespective to like the actual quality of the ride itself. Sure. So I know Joe probably feels some type of way if it actually goes dead. I couldn't care less.
No, I'm particularly the same. To be fair. Like it's a park that I don't need to visit now because it's just not for me.
Yeah, but the Ultimate, like, it's such a unique coaster. Like, it's known world over. Like, it's got such a crazy story behind it. It's like a heritage ride. Like, I think, like it. Like I'm sad that it's going definitely because it's just a wacky. It's not a particularly right. Like, obviously, I've not done it, but I know from what everyone's saying, it's not like a world class ride, but it's something that it's just, I don't know. It would have been a draw for a lot of people, international enthusiasts and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I suppose from the perspective of someone who's not done it yet, like there is the draw of it once upon a time being the longest coaster in the world, and just it's one of those. It's just like it's an obscure cred, and it's just like like it's an obscure credit to have, but just like. Even like the people who have done it, but have done it before, like a lot of them, like I said, like grew up in areas nearby me, and like whether they're enthusiasts or not, like they grew up like with that ride and like going to like Water Valley as kids and seeing how big and long it is, and just being like, being scared of it, like the same way.
Clip that part there.
The same way. The same way people were scared about Nemesis growing up. The same way people were scared about, I don't know, Colossus or Stealth, etc.
I think for me, the ultimate why it was really intriguing is it felt like a proper, like it just because how far it goes, it just feels like a proper like
adventure,
like a journey, like it's an adventure. It's like out sort of thing. And I don't know, like I think it'd be like getting off Grand National and all them fucking awful rides I've had on them over the last year or two. I never want it to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never want it to go. I want it to be.
Projection said if you trespass and walk along the side of the coaster, does that count as a credit?
Oh my god! What is this joke in the chat? Sorted, right? Thanks, mods.
There you go. Back to the actual funny. Projection said if you trespass and walk along the side of the coaster, does that count as a credit? Anything counts as a credit if you want it to.
If you want it to,
yeah. Depends how you count.
You can do it. You can believe it.
But yeah, no, I mean, I suppose I can empathize with, like, because like there are coasters that I never got to do that I'm super gutted that got torn out before I got the chance to ride them, and even ones that like the Bullet and Magnum Force, I'm still gutted Flamingoland doesn't have those because
did you like boycott the park when they removed them?
It's like I didn't go back until last year.
I ain't going back. You destroyed it.
It was just a silly mistake, man.
Yeah, I know.
It was a huge mistake.
Indiana Beach getting a classic there. That's going to be so cool when that opens.
Yeah. The fact that they're getting it is just insane. Like,
the fact you're going to see it again.
Hopefully they do I mean, this is a bit of a tangent, but hopefully they actually do carry out the renovations it needs so that it's not.
Oh, I think they'll have to in order to.
They'll have to be able to.
Get
it cleared to be. To
legit
clear regulations and stuff.
So, talking of potentially closed rides forever, Top Thrill Dragster. They've announced this week that Cedar Point have announced that they're closing off.
It's a smooth segue. Well done, bro.
See, but now you've messed it up because it.
That's the point of the smooth segue. You have one, and then we call it out, and it gets messed up.
There we go. The smoothest segment of my life. Anyway, so Cedar Point, they announced that they've had the investigation. Cedar Point are not found at fault. There was like nothing wrong with the ride. It was as it should be. It was okay to ride. It was safe to. Basically, the park isn't at fault. But they have announced that it's going to be closed throughout the season now, haven't they? Because I thought it was the entire season. I read somewhere that it was the entire season, but yeah, either way,
it might be the entire season. I can't 100% remember what I've read on it so far,
but it looks pretty certain that it will be like why would they open it up like so late in the season?
Yeah, because the thing is now that I'm just recalling conversations I've had about it, and like it's like Cedar Point's opening schedule is really short compared to other like parks of its stature. It opens.
Is that because it's so far up north, sort of thing?
It's on a lake and it snows a lot.
It's not so much that as much as they really struggle to get staffing for it. They rely heavily on out of town college kids for staff.
Okay,
so like they open in May, and then I think
don't they use nearby?
I think sometime during September or like early to mid September they switch to just weekends.
And don't they use? Am I right in thinking?
Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's.
Am I right in thinking that they use like college like student blocks and stuff when the students aren't there to like house some of their staff? Is that something
they have housing blocks at
they do have their own. I know that, but I'm sure I heard somewhere that they take over like equivalent to our uni student halls and stuff like that as well.
Wow.
In the summer. That's what I've heard.
Our country.
I actually think that it was El Toro Ryan. It was El Toro Ryan when he was on Drunk Riders. I'm sure said like when he was talking about his story, it was like at this student.
Oh, there you go. Drunk Riders in the chat. International students and college students.
Yeah, there you go.
Not as many locals at Sandusky is small. Okay.
Yeah.
Sandusky's
tiny.
Yeah.
I heard McCall was going to ride Fury.
I just saw that. Who told you that? That'd be news to me.
You would like to know.
I would like
one
to.
Day.
For sure, definitely. Like at some point, definitely ride Fury. Like
I would love to get back to.
I might be 60, but
yeah.
Well, no, it's coming back to Top Full Dragster. It's obviously really sad. It's sad for like the Pleasure Beach Experience guys who are doing a massive trip there soon. It's coming up. I think it's like March. I think next month. I think it is.
It's in summer.
I think it is summer. Is it summer? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Does it really matter? They're doing it, and Top Thrill Tourist ain't going to be open. So that's the point.
Top Thrill Tourist.
Top Thrill Tourist. I keep saying it. I keep going
just
to
the
say
cut out of Carl on top on the top hat, like just there, like.
See, Emma would have loved that if she was in the chat.
Imagine you roll out to the launch pad and it's just Carl stood there next to the lights.
There's like lights on his tie or something.
Oh man, he should be on the big top hat, like just Carl there. Like, that same photo.
He has to dress as his cutout like next year for opening. Like that has to be a fantastic.
The train should just be like beer bottles.
The trail of them, the launch.
Yeah, so there's a
zero car of each train.
So June or July, the trip is, and so I do feel for them because obviously that's going to be some of the some of their first times. Some of the people there, going to Cedar Point. That's going to be
Mavericks
bucket list for some people. I mean, there's plenty. I mean, Cedar Point, isn't it? There's plenty of
Raptors open.
Amazing. Yeah, but you want the whole lot. Imagine if you went and Maverick was not open. What would you think then, though, Luke?
I'd cry.
Exactly. for some people, that would be like Top Full Dragster for them.
For a lot of people, like Dragster's still one of the main reasons that, to be honest, the majority of people go to Cedar Point.
No, it's not
for Dragster. It is.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's still got that kind of pulling power for the park.
I always forget about Gatekeeper at that.
Which is why I'm confident that it'll open again.
At some point.
I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I think it will open again. 100% will open again. But I mean, like I would be sad if it was my first time at Cedar Point, but I wouldn't be like it's the beginning and end all. Like there's so many, like there's. They're all kind of one trick ponies. They're great. Don't get me wrong. They're brilliant. They are really good, and I do want to experience Top Full Dragster, but it wouldn't put me off from going. Then again, there's other ones in the park, like say Maverick. If that was down, I would be upset. There'd be a lot. That'd be a lot more.
Millennium Force as well.
Oh man, Force. Yeah. Now, the Millennium Force is probably more for me. So. Because that ride was literally my TV for like when I was growing up. Millennium Force was my TV. That was like cable lift, like every night, like just watching the Millennium Force on television.
I mean, even like I know people will probably like. I know people. Magnum gets a lot of. Magnum. Hate, but for me, that's like a top. That's like a bucket. Yeah, Pleasure Beach fans will be.
That's become such a polarizing coaster from my vantage point because I feel like people either vehemently hate it or like it's people's like top 3 in the park. It seems like there's no in between.
I love big ones so much that, like, for me, doing Magnum is like the Holy Grail. I just want to experience it just to see what
Magnum is
it should have been. Really, So yeah, I'd probably be more upset if that was down than if Dragster was down personally. Still Vengeance as well. Maggie, I know he's going to say that. Maggie is
trash, but amazing.
Amazing. To be fair, you could kind of say that about Big One in a way. I say it's not like, do you know what I mean? It's amazing, but it's also trash a little bit as well.
Big One is the hottest of all trash, by the way.
It's like
not wrong.
Yeah,
like it's like it's not objectively it's not a good coaster, but when you have a group of you just all being rowdy as shit, it's the best time.
Yeah, good. I mean, Scott from PBE has talked to me about. I mean, we had a good chat about it in Spoons on opening weekend, and he can't wait to get back out and ride it. And the reason he said the reason he went out to see the point for the first time was there was like loads of rumors that it was closing, it was going to be its last season and stuff. So he just just went, I'm going, booking the first ticket I can, and going out and doing it, and then being like, he absolutely loves it. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that, we've talked that one to death, I think. Icebreaker's height. Carl, you
family breaker. Icebreaker.
So this isn't funny, but it
kind of making it seem like it
kind of is at the same time. What has happened basically is that Icebreaker started out with a 48-inch height requirement. So like around, I think it was about 1.2 meters. I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the day after, so it spent all of its pass holder preview.
Still makes me laugh. Measure it by inches. That just makes me laugh so much. I don't know why.
Wow. Because your mind's in the gutter, that's why.
Mind out of gutter.
Yeah, so it spent the entire of its pass holder preview time period with 48-inch height requirement. It opened on opening day with that height requirement, and then literally the day after, I think, anybody correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like the day after they switched it to 54 inches. So like 1.4.
Yeah, but the reason why is pretty crazy though, isn't it?
Well, I don't think the reason. I don't know if the reason has been confirmed, but it seems like it's because like
it has been confirmed.
It seems like it's because of the comfort collars.
No, because a kid's leg was hanging out the entire way around of one of the rides. That was reported.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I do remember seeing that. I do remember seeing that. My mistake. But yeah, like it's hilarious to me because so many people have.
I'm Gwazi.
Well, that too. It has a higher height requirement than one of the most intense coasters in Florida right now.
The world,
but like so many people have been writing it saying like it's almost too much. Like it's too intense to be a family coaster. SeaWorld intended it for it to be a family coaster, for it to be a step-up coaster in between the 3 B&Ms they have and the other coasters they have in Journey to Atlantis and the one little Zamperla kiddie coaster, or Sierra, I can't remember who manufactured it, over in the Sesame Street area of the park as well. And Icebreaker was supposed to be that step up for younger kids before getting on the 3 B&Ms. And as we've seen on like Media Day and the pass holder previews, loads of enthusiasts have ridden it and said that like it's more than a family coaster. It's version on Family Thrill and stuff like that.
Yeah, but can we just put it into context though before you go on to the next point? Like, there was a lot of people on that Media Pass day who were like, had a few to drink.
A few icebreakers.
Sure, yeah, that's true.
A few icebreakers. They're there on Media Pass Day. The hype is real. Things feel a little bit different when you're in that type of mood.
Sure.
I've spoken to three. I've personally spoken to 3 people, and from their perspective, they said it's really fun. You don't call something that's really intense. Oh, it's really fun. It's just a really fun ride.
That's something I call 13 fun.
Yeah. or like Icon when it's not running it at its fast. It's fun, you know. But I'd class Icon in that like family category of rides personally. But
you'd call Icon
not when it's not at night, but you know when you do it like the opening day experience, I'd say that's like family level. I'd say it's not like intense. I don't think it's intense.
Right. I think there's a gray area in between family and thrill coasters where it's just like there's a few thrill coasters I would put in there that are accessible to everyone, whether or not that makes that just legitimately a family coaster. I guess is that to your own discretion. But
Wicker Man, I would still say is insane, like for a family coaster.
Yeah, it's intense.
Sure. I think there are some family coasters. I think there are some thrill coasters that that most people in the family can enjoy, but because of the specific elements that they include, I would call them a thrill coaster, or at the very least a family thrill coaster. And I would probably call Icebreaker a family thrill coaster as well.
You put a top hat on a family coaster. I mean,
yeah. And a beyond vertical spike, even before the top hat.
I know, yeah.
But the point I was going to make, and what Marcus from the Drunk Riders has outlined in the comments. Now that the height restriction has been raised so drastically, family like a lot of young kids can't get on the ride anymore. So like it's legitimately not a family coaster anymore. Because so many kids or families can't get on it anymore.
It sounds like it's definitely an issue with the trains rather than the layout, though. It sounds like if some, I don't know, or is it a loading procedure? Because I just like a kid's leg is hanging out the entire time. Like that don't sound right to me. Like I don't know, like how does that happen?
I think in fairness, I think SeaWorld did put out a statement after the weekend saying that the change might be temporary while they look into.
That's what I'm thinking.
While they look into more like a more permanent fixture of the height restriction. How that took them 2 days to put out that statement, I don't know. But
after 2 years of it being sat there
well, that's what that's what I'm guessing it's Marcus. What do you say now? It's
there
we go. 2 years of knowing and didn't adjust till after opening day. Come on, like they had plenty of time to test this out.
Like, literally sat there for 2 years.
But I guess it's not until you start running a coaster with like the general public and trying to like be fast and doing this until you
legit
issues
trying to beat targets and
stuff. But like it just seems
also and Projection said it as well. Like, how can you get your feet outside of those shit? Like those premier lap bars have shin guards.
Well, they weren't in the first place, were they? That's the problem, I would say.
And but like those seats and the restraints are a squeeze. And now, Luke, that's a great point, because now I'm remembering back to when I worked Tempesto at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. The amount of people that couldn't get there, that I noticed were struggling to get their like outside foot into the train after they'd sat down. I noticed that so many times.
Mate, you see, I'd
be stood there, just like, get your foot in, get your foot in, until they eventually do it. And so
you see on Galactica all the time, like people just hanging their legs out, put the restraints down, miss them pulling the legs back.
There was that. It was last year, I think, where there was someone on Superman, and they literally went.
Wasn't it Coaster Studios?
Maybe.
It was. It was one of Taylor's friends.
I thought so.
Had the legs out the entire time.
The entire ride.
That's a loading issue. So I feel like that might be the same here. It's like maybe they're just like, okay,
precautionary doing it. Just
apparently the comfort collars though as well for the shorter children. They were hitting their heads on them rather as well.
Right. The height requirement before had to have
I remember seeing this as well.
To 54, have an adult with them, I found odd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Yeah. It's
yeah, it's a weird mix of a few things of like comfort colours, people hitting their heads on them.
It's hilarious though.
Then that Shingar.
It's hilarious that Iron Gwazi
is now a family coaster. Yeah,
it's like people are saying that's like one of the most intense rides in the world.
Yeah,
and a kid, yeah, you can get on that before you can get on Ice.
I could not explain the hype after even more reviews coming out and more people riding and all of the POVs and all of the people's reactions on the rides. Like so hyped for Iron Gwazi. Like, can't wait. So close. It's like 120 days until I go. Like,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I don't think you quite grasp what you're in for when you
eventually. No, I know. I know. Like...
You need to work. You need to rest that ankle, mate, because you're about to do some bloody walking.
It's getting better.
10 miles is going to be one day.
That too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I really just want to see Luke just go full on Benidorm. Become mad. Electric scooter.
Tell you what,
not realize where he's going and end up in a pool.
We took Joe's grandma when she come to Hollywood Studios with us. We got her one of them. Like she's able to walk, but she couldn't walk for that long. So we got her one, and you have to get there well early to get one, because they will just get snapped up straight away. And by the end of the day, like Joe just couldn't walk. So like Joe's grandma went home. We stayed there, and then Joe was like going around on it and having a good old time. But the problem is at Hollywood Studios, it's like going up to Galaxy's Edge. It's like a pretty of a steep incline. So I'm walking and I'll look around and Joe's just going like 2 miles an hour up this hill like that. And it's like, just you can walk fast. Come on, like it's just ridiculous now.
That's so funny though.
So, is
that cred?
Probably. If you went down that hill. Definitely.
Galaxy's Edge Hill, Batu Hill.
Yeah.
Some Expedition Theme Park saying you got 15 rides on Gwazi so far.
You looked very, very happy on that.
Tell us what you thought. Tell us what you thought. Tell us your thoughts on it.
Yeah, let us know, man.
Yeah, he's told me all about it. I've stopped.
Do you know what's weird with Gwazi? Like, I don't know if it's because I've ridden
a crocodile in an alligator infested state.
I don't know if it's because I've ridden Zadra, so I know what to expect. But I just like I'm excited. I'm excited to hopefully get on it later this year. And you know, I think it is going to be as good as I'm expecting it to be. I'm expecting it to be somewhere top 10, top 5, but I'm not feeling like the same pull towards it that I did towards Zadra for some reason. Even though I feel like it's going to ride more like Zadra than any other RMC I've done. Like it's weird. I don't know. I feel like I'll feel maybe more, you know, like actually hyped for it when I'm there.
I think, mate. I think you're all RMC'd out, mate. You just need a good year.
I might be, honestly.
And then you'll get excited again. No, it's
Death Roll. Yeah. The fact that it climbs and then jumps you out your seat before you hit the Death Roll, like, I can't wait. Honestly, I'm hoping I can GoPro like both directions on my one wrist. Like,
you know what annoyed me? I was seeing some people were posting out, you know, like a lot of the people who were there for like the media day were posting out their footage of being on the ride. It was like
outside the seats.
But it was such bad quality because there was obviously like recording it remotely in the station and you was getting those like transition lines, and I was just like, man, why did they go with that company, man? Could have got me to go and do that. I'd have got better POVs than that. Jesus, I just didn't. I'm not seen that in a very long time where you're getting the like,
Brave New Beast at Iron Gwazi would be like the perfect thing for you for your marketing.
Yeah,
it's like it's what it is. Like that would be insane.
That would be amazing.
But it's been good. But
Epcot.
I mean, I'll start sending them all the Alton Towers videos we've been doing lately, and I'll be like, come on,
yeah,
go and do that. Can't wait to see your reaction again. Okay, so next up we have
more bad news.
More bad news. Boulder is closed.
Yeah.
So Boulder. Intamin prefab is following the same route that a lot of Intamin prefabs go, where they need a retrack.
So that's me not going to Liseberg this year.
Yeah, I was going to go to Liseberg this year. Don't get me wrong, Helix is still a massive pull to that park, but I can't go there, and I can't go all the way to Sweden, and just to go.
The very thin country.
I mean,
Sweden.
The flights aren't too long.
You say that like Sweden's in Asia. I'm not gonna go all the way.
Say if you go,
I do get what you're saying.
Say if you go to Europa Park, there's so many German parks you could just do in like one trip. If you go to Liseberg, it's a hell of a trip up to Gröna Lund, and which is right next to, not that far away from Kolmården. But Kolmården.
They say not far. It's still about an hour and a half drive.
Still about an hour. So it's not really it's not a doable. It's not. I mean, you can do it, but I'd rather go and do something else if Boulder's not in action. Boulder is like one of the biggest pulls for me to go there.
So the main reasons to go to Liseberg for sure.
Yeah. So that's going to be next year thing now, because it's going to be out most of the year. I think they've already done a portion of the track, quite a big proportion of the track, but they're still doing more. But I guess it comes to say, like, with these Intamin prefabs, like Colossus had the same issue. I think El Toro's had some issues over the years with this sort of rock. Yeah. But I've always thought, I think it's ever since I saw El Toro, I think it's El Toro Ryan said it in this video or heard it somewhere else, but it was saying, is it a case of these are badly made coasters, or they've just been missold? Because the way that they were sold to parks was like, it's like having a wooden coaster, but you don't have to look after it as much.
I think that's what it was.
I think that's what it is. That makes so much more sense, that they were sold to the park. Like, it's
no, you don't need
to maintain it as much
as a normal wooden. Yeah, you do.
It's a bit more. It's sold as, it's a bit more expensive than a normal woody, but once you got it, you didn't have to spend as much money on the upkeep. And now we're realizing, no, it's a wooden coaster. You still.
And then all the staff left who bought it, and then it was up to people to come in and fix it.
Yeah.
Why did they buy this? God damn it!
Well, this is the issue, isn't it? It's like, it's not. At least with normal wooden coasters, you can just get like some local chippy to come and do some patchwork on it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you look at, it's a bit different, but you look at Grand National, the work they're doing on that, it's just some guy with a saw going around it, like lining it all up. A little bit more involved when it comes to an Intamin prefab, isn't it?
That was hard to separate the imagery of some dude working in a chip shop.
Absolutely.
When you said chippy, I had to try so hard to not think about just some dude just running out of a chip shop to go.
Why we're not bringing chips? We're not
going back up the chippy again.
No.
Whole segment on chippies.
No, we ain't doing this. Not this again. This is no.
But yeah, so I think that's, like I say, that's probably what the issue is with them prefabs. And I'm talking like I know the shit, but
it's good. It's good in a way. It's the same way Nemesis, it's being retracted, being looked after. More years to come. They understand that coaster is.
It's good to see they're actually putting in the necessary effort.
Yeah,
to keep it around and keep it running as well as it should be.
Yeah. 13. We already talked about that earlier. Because Attraction Source, I think, were the first to drop that news.
Big up Attraction Source and their event as well. This coming April, it's going to be insane. ERT on Nemesis and Oblivion. Can't wait to ERT Oblivion. That's going to be so sick.
I so want to go to that, but also I'm not that. I am sad, but also I'm going to be in Energylandia. So
Energylandia.
It's literally it's the new weekend after I'm coming back from Norway, so it's just like we can't really do it.
I'm going.
Is the new Sweet Valley area going to be open when you're over there?
I'm not even checked, I'm not got that far.
They did release drone footage the other day of the mine train running and stuff, so I presume
I think it will be open. I'm guessing by the time we get there, there'll probably be another 4 coasters built.
I'm too drunk to take in any information from Emma and
oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, Emma, you missed the just
Top Thrill Tourist,
Top Thrill
Intamin
Tourist
coaster that was built in.
The accidental Top Thrill Tourist shout out.
You missed the Dragster theme to Carl.
Please go back and watch it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it could just be a big, massive point. Like the top hat could be a point.
We're going back to it now, are we?
And then
let's not.
It's just, and then the train is just Carl.
And then it's got
like, Emma on the other side,
on
and
like
just going around it.
On Grand National,
It'd have to be cider for Emma actually, but
off they go. It'll say, "Do you want a flake with that on top of the
do you want a flake with that?"
Do any of you guys follow? I don't know if you guys like look on Reddit with it in any capacity, but like on the Roller Coaster Jerks subreddit, like people keep saying about just rebuilding something as Top Thrill Dragster. So like, just like it's hilarious. I'm just fucking having Carl retheming Top Thrill Dragster and just
need context for
that reach in Reddit and just being like rebuild Carl as Top Thrill Dragster.
that would be so that they'd be so confused though if you posted that on them, because I mean when we brought Carl into Weatherspoons, a lot of people were like, "Who the fuck is that?" I was like, "Oh, Carl."
Yeah, a lot of people.
Shit. Everyone knew a fucking Carl.
Everyone's like, "Who the fuck is that? I've never seen him alive."
Never heard of him, mate.
No, I can't find this on the Reddit thing, but yeah, I'll take your word for it.
That was a while ago. Don't worry about
it. So we have. So yes, sad news. So good news is Star Cruiser. Is
before we get to that, have we talked about Drayton Manor yet?
Oh no, we'll do that. Yeah, let's get on to that. So
what are they doing?
So what are they doing, McCall? What are they doing?
What are they doing? It seems like they are putting together a themed area for Valhalla. From a vantage point. No, it seems like construction is going pretty well for them on what seems
I'll
like
tell you
a new themed area.
It's 10 minutes down the road, but when I saw that video of the construction, it surprised the hell out of me because I was like, I knew it was getting built, but it's gone so quick that
do you not know what all that noise was?
They've just
you could keep
hearing
yeah, it really surprised me how they've got like station buildings. I think they're station buildings anyway, from what I saw.
What structures look nice.
Yeah.
Everything
what
looks
else,
really, really well done. What we're seeing,
I'm so interested because the last complete. I mean, obviously, Adventure Cove is like a bit of an expansion on a pre-existing area. Well, not expansion, but they're
like a yeah, it was like
a revamp sort of thing. And just everything looks a lot nicer. But since Thomas Land, they've not built anything like fresh or new, and even like I mean, I think it was it 2015 when it was the expansion of Thomas Land? That was like the first time they expanded outside the original park perimeter.
Yeah.
Was like since I was alive. So this is like this must be the biggest expansion since since I've been alive, to be honest. Because Thomas Land was Robinson's land. That's where it used to be, the kids' area there.
Robinson.
Really? Robinson,
as in the drink, Robinsons,
like drink, yeah.
Wimbledon, Robinsons, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that was my childhood kids' area.
Federer the ride.
Yeah.
Well, I think Robinsons, mate. I see a Wimbledon logo. That's it. That's all I see. I missed you some Wimbledon.
I need to find images of it now. But yeah. So they had like this was the entrance, which is so funny. Now look at it. Let me have a look. Let me get it up.
Fruit shoot.
Oh my god!
Fruit shoot land. Oh my god!
You know what though? Respect to that bottle theming. They look awesome.
That was a bit newer.
Fruit shoots were amazing. Come on, they were quality.
They still are, mate. I still have them now.
I was about to say, what's all this was business now? Like,
I don't
talking
have
about
fruit shoots now because
they're very sugary, aren't they? They taste sugary. Like I don't know.
I've not had one
sugar recently. So
anyway, get back to the situation. So we saw the the only thing we're talking about, because I'm just talking about what is being concretely seen with other people's eyes. That's the only thing we're talking about.
Buildings.
There's definitely a disco.
Yep.
There's definitely disco. It's unmistakable. Like you can't ignore that as a disco.
Well, I mean, the sign on the side of the track literally says Zamperla disco.
It literally says,
unless it's a packet of crisps, then
so that's, and I saw some comments saying like, oh, like kind of taking the mick out of it, and I'm just like, oh, they're hyping it up, and all it is like but there's going to be more attractions, we know that, but also like a few years ago, Drayton Manor were bankrupt. Like the fact that they're having a brand new area, multi-million-pound investment. Like
I love what Loopings is doing with it.
Loopings,
I love what
awesome.
Loopings is doing.
Like so far, what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm so because like when this got announced that Loopings were taking over, I was like, this can go one of two ways.
Yeah, we all said, didn't we?
Yeah, I was like, it can be one of two ways. It could be a bad thing for the park in terms of they just focus mainly on Thomas Land and then just go like, oh, everything else is whatever. Like we'll just make it more family friendly, like the way Light of Bali is going, or they go all in, and they're going all in, and that's what's so good to see. Is like we've had so much investments on Adventure Cove, now this. I'm just so excited to see it, really. And I didn't. There's this work going around the Buffalo coaster that seems like that will be part of the land as well, which is I think it's great. Like
same from what we've seen, and then the area to the side of it is like cleared out and all construction looking, if you know what I mean, like sand base down on the floor and holes and pipes and all kinds of stuff going on. So they're definitely way into it. It's mad though, like the way it blew up though. People on the park were like, "Whoa, look at this!" Like, it was everywhere. Within like 10 minutes of people being in the park when they went, it was everywhere. Yeah. So that to me says, attention. It's good.
Yeah,
I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
I still need to go back there and clean up the credits. Shockwave is the only coaster I rode there.
Well, I've been to Drayton as a child.
We didn't
very soon after Thomas Land
was too long.
So I've never done any of the main rides.
Yeah,
Drayton, so I need to get there.
It's a good park. It is a good park. And the thing is, they've not got like a Zamperla, even though we've got like thousands of Zamperla discos in this country, but they're a good attraction. Like it's something that Drayton needs, like that in between, like kind
it is a solid attraction.
Yeah,
decent throughput.
Someone said, is it a disco coaster or just like the normal like half pipe kind of disco?
It's a disco coaster. So it's got the bump in the middle.
The one with the hill in the middle of it.
So if it's anything like Cobra at Chessington, then it's going to be awesome because I always make a point of going on that.
Yeah,
I make a point of going on that. I love the buzz you get from like, okay, we're nearly over. Yeah, all right, here we go. Let's go. And then you go over and then you go straight up.
They've got one at Great Yarmouth. Is that still there? The Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. I'm sure they've got one.
That's
they
a
used
half
to have
pipe.
one there. Is that just a half pipe? I thought that was a coaster.
Yeah, it's a half pipe.
Was it? But no, like you say, it is a solid attraction, and it's almost like a staple. It's like you kind of need one. So it's nice to see that they're getting one. And for me, it's going to be all to do with how it's all themed up, and if Thomas Land is anything to go by, and Adventure Cove,
man, that place is nice.
I think we're in for a treat, and it's going to make the park feel so much bigger as well. Like the park's going to feel massive,
right? It's going to give you a new place to go and hang out there as well. It looks really cool. I
would love to see for like if Drayton have sort of like ideas of a new of their next coaster edition. I'd love to see them get like an Intamin quad. An Intamin quad family thrill coaster, something like your Valen at Dios Summerland. That would fit in so perfectly.
It'd be awesome.
I think so. iCoaster said there is also going to be a Zamperla Nebula. I hope so.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
That'd be cool.
As well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's for sure. I've heard it.
Hershey Park again.
I think it's just rumored. Yeah, they are.
Jolly Rancher retheme thing.
They're retheming the Vekoma Boomerang Sidewinder, calling it Jolly Rancher Remix, and then putting Zamperla Nebulas in the middle of the Cobra Roll.
Yeah,
I've never done.
Cool.
I've never done one, and I think they look so good. Like
I'm still kicking myself
looking at them.
Yeah, they're just so fun to look at, aren't they?
Yeah,
weird.
Very interesting.
Very weird. Yes,
I'm still kicking myself for not doing the one at Coney Island in 2019. Like I saw it, I literally saw it. Oh, this is Zamperla Nebulas over there. Anyway, 3 more coasters for 250, and then I'm going back to New York. I'm like, why did I not? Like, come on.
Like, I know.
I'm an idiot.
So, but yeah, it's looking really good.
I'm in Vegas. I don't know why.
I'm gonna be so happy to have a Nebula just down the road for me. That's pretty happy.
Hopefully, if they do. I mean, I think it's just rumored at the moment. I don't know if
everyone's been saying it for like a while, a long while now. Yeah,
yep. So cool.
A new area in the UK.
New area. So
need more of those.
We're gonna move on to Star Cruiser. So it's all done. It's all finished.
It's
media.
Expensive.
It's expensive.
Simple as it's expensive.
Please clip that. That was fucking brilliant.
Star Cruiser. It's expensive.
So I get a second mortgage out to go on that trip.
Yeah.
But so I saw this because oh my god, like I dip in and out of this Twitter. Like I just think it's so funny to watch.
Well, if you're up like me before 6 a.m, then you see this Twitter. That it just happens.
Yeah.
It's like
it has a lot of obviously it bleeds over into theme park Twitter or whatever, and theme park Twitter has its dramas and its fallouts, and but like this Twitter is next level, isn't it? Really, and. I was just laughing. Like, there's so many tweets from people like moaning about, oh my god, these influencers, how dare they get media passes and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just like, please, if you were given a free pass to go see Star Cruiser, you would be biting their hand off.
Yeah.
They literally, and I would take it. Anyone would.
Yeah. Like.
But
you're saving yourself like $3,000.
6.
Yeah. And I've over the last year,
I'm probably halving it for one person to do it.
You're doing the exchange rate there, mate.
Yeah.
On a down
year. Over the last year, I've been taking screenshots of up and people who moan about people getting media passes who blatantly are like, you want media passes, and one day if they get a media pass, I've got this folder full of their screenshots going. What are you moaning about, mate?
Keeping receipts on people.
Keeping receipts, mate, because I know it's going to happen one day.
Wow,
one day it's going to come
up. Holy shit! Be brave. Be very.
We're going to do it, man.
That's hilarious. Just read it out one stream, like.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to reply to. I'm going to reply to them with. I'm going to reply to them with their like media pass. Like media pass. Like, oh, we're here today, and I'll just reply like, remember this tweet you put out?
This you?
this you?
Excuse me. Where'd you get that lightsaber from?
But I think that the ones that were annoying.
That's fucking funny.
Something that interested me, and I thought it'd be a cool topic to talk about, right? Because I won't say the person's name, but it was like, by the way, I haven't got a media pass. I'm not moaning about this because I have a media pass.
I'm just saying. No, see, that's what I told you.
What you want the first person to get given one?
I wasn't given one, unfortunately.
You want the first email on that email list.
How is that a thing?
But I'm understanding. I'm like, if someone gets it, like, fair play, man. Like, they've earned it. But we do know that there are certain like channels and people like that who maybe do go like everything is amazing all the time. But the majority of people I watch, very like, they always do balanced reviews.
Yeah.
But I saw people like people who run blogging websites like literally going, well, I won't be reading any of the reviews from the vloggers. And I was like, sorry. But it doesn't even matter. Like, they're basically accusing like these vloggers of like giving dishonest reviews just to get on the right track. But in the same vein, they're going to all the media days at Universal. The same person is going to all the Universal media days. So if you're saying that they're lying because they're getting a media pass and they've got to toe the line or whatever, surely you're admitting to you're doing that as well. So I don't know. It all found it was a bit like jealousy was going around on there, and I'm just like, why? Just like, why is everyone just having a go at each other over it just because they didn't get a media pass? I just thought it was hilarious, really.
Yeah, personally, the only way I'm ever going to see it, sorry, Sean, is that if I watch a vlog. I ain't paying
literally.
It ain't happening. So yeah. Anyway, sorry.
It's not. But yeah, and then someone I replied to a tweet, and then the person said, "Well, a blogger isn't an influencer." So I was just thinking, like, what defines an influencer being an influencer, and what define because they go. This is just a general question because I'm just like, okay, how is a vlogger getting, say, like an invite to a Disney press thing any different than from like a journalist from Orlando Informer or a blogging site, for example? How is that different?
Because they've got thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of views on their channels every month.
Yeah, I'm saying
free promotion for them, basically.
Yeah, it's free promotion.
Even if they say shit, it's still promotion. Yeah. Like they've not paid for it.
No, but to Sean's point, they're essentially doing the same thing.
They are.
When they talk about like when a blogger goes to a attraction media day and then writes up a blog about it, puts it on their blog, just documenting their experience, versus when a vlogger or an influencer goes to the same media event and says it's this, it's that, it does this, it does that, and like they're doing the same. They're doing the exact same thing in influencing, however directly they want to be doing it, influencing people to go and check out the ride. Or whatever.
It's in the name of what it is, isn't it? It's an influence. If you can potentially influence someone to do something, whether to go and check out this new attraction, surely that's what it is. And it's like you don't need to be. Say if you're a journalist at, like I say, like Orlando Informer, like you don't need a journalist. You don't need a journalist degree to be a journalist anymore. You just need like an English lit. You need to be able to spell, because you just write like hundreds of articles a month, and you just got to keep like pumping them out. That's how it works now, isn't it?
Do you think that? Sorry, go on. It's okay.
But I was just gonna say, like, I just don't understand how this kind of like old media, which I guess you'd say is journalism, versus new media. It's like that. It's just this weird divide where they're just like, no, our opinion. We're professionals. We know
we're
how
better.
to do things. You're just some idiot with a camera. Like you're just gonna say everything's great, and I'm just like, but you can't just type. Like, I know some vloggers maybe do that because they don't want to annoy Disney and they love the free stuff. But majority of people I watched are not like that. They'll give because there's also a difference between slating something. I think some people think that unless you slate something and you go, I hated this, it was awful. But I don't think that's good criticism. You need to give like a good balanced review.
I like this, but
detail what you didn't like about it.
Yeah.
Danielle just made a great point in the chat about she said, I think the fact that press days are now known as media days really proves the power of content creation and influencers. I agree 100%. I agree 100% with that, because so to take the different SeaWorld coaster media days, for example, this is a perfect example, because this is the first time I'd noticed content creators like content creators and like vloggers, etc have like been able to go to media days for a while now. This is the first time that I've like noticed so many, like such a presence of them at media days for Icebreaker and for Iron Gwazi. Iron Gwazi essentially had 2 media days, one for like press and news outlets and stuff, and then one almost specifically for content creators and influencers. That shows you how aware they are of the pulling power, content creators on social media and on YouTube and stuff have in terms of bringing people out to come and check their attractions.
Yeah.
So it's becoming very evident that the parks see everyone from YouTubers to any kind of Instagram influencers, bloggers, all the way up to the news anchors that come out for it, and
Marcus the Shock.
Yeah, people like Marcus LeShock, etc.
Yeah,
they see them as being able to do the same thing, like
the different audience. One maybe,
and giving them all the platform, like you just said, like
different demographics.
It expands the audience. It expands the awareness of,
it's just different audiences. It's like if you want to get the message out to families and local people, you get the newspapers in. If you want to get out to enthusiasts, you get a vlogger in. But even like in Orlando, for example, it's even deeper than that, because like different vloggers have different, like Coaster Studios audience is very different to like Jackie from Super Enthused, like her audience. The different audiences, so you're inviting all these people, and this park's just getting the message out to as many people as possible.
Yeah, the reach is insane.
It does, and then it just annoys me when people accuse other people just because they get a media pass of lying, and it's just like, but what are you basing that on? Like, how do you know that that's not their opinion? Like, how do you know that? Maybe someone is just not like, just there's some people who are like so heavily critical of everything to and then there's some people who just generally are very positive people and like to put a positive thing on spin, a positive spin on things, which is the way I like to do it. I like, I've had bad days at Thorpe Park and gave a pretty balanced opinion where I could feel like I'd be like I felt like being like, this is really bad, but I'm like, no, put it into perspective. Like, these things happen, probably had just a bad day. And I always make sure I say things like that in my vlogs as well. I try and keep things as positive as possible, because it is, at the end of the day, like if someone says something's bad or good, that I don't think the park really cares that much. It's just whether or not like it's getting the word out there.
It's literally just awareness of the attraction being a thing.
Say if you went to like the Saw opening day, if you give a good or bad review, if someone who's a fan of the Saw franchise saw that, the takeaway I get from it is, there's a Saw ride, I'm gonna go and do it. Like, I don't care what this person's. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just getting the word out there. It doesn't necessarily matter what the person thinks of it. So
for me, as a content creator myself, if I was given the opportunity to make a video, I want to make any video that I make. I try and make the best video and entertainment that I can for people watching. If it's the best that I can produce, it's going to have criticism in it. It's going to have things that I agree with. It's going to have things that I want other people to check out and experience. That's what it's all about. It's not about just going there and going, oh, this is shit. That's great. This is shit. That's great. You're going to film your process, and you can see that process. You can look beyond people's words when they're talking in a vlog. You can see what's going on behind and what's going on in front, and that if they're telling the truth or if they're just basically just like, nah, this isn't for me. Well, I've done a few vlogs like that where I'm like, this was great for someone else, not for me, but I enjoy it because it's there. So that, just be honest.
That's the thing. Like,
to you guys, sorry, I'll let you go in a sec. But just like to you guys' points, Sam said in the chat as well. Why wouldn't parks want to promote it basically for free in many different, as many different platforms as possible? Exactly. And like we all saw the value of the free press that Universal got for Velocicoaster last year. Just like however many photos and I say last year during its construction, how much free publicity it got from everyone. Posting
and that influences
new
other
construction updates and stuff.
Well.
Everyone saw that shit. Everyone saw how valuable that awareness
we made a
was.
point of it, Mikhail.
Everyone's eyes
here, like, we made a point of it. Like, they've not done anything. We were like, PLV, and
I would love to know the actual amount of money that Universal spent on advertising and marketing for that ride outside of the official adverts and stuff.
Yeah.
Outside of the official announcement, I bet that figure is hilariously low. It's probably still a fair bit, but like,
it's just their social media was on point for that. Like it was just everywhere.
Yeah. All they had to do was retweet what other people were saying.
Legit, right? Jero stand. Like,
yeah. I mean, also you got to remember that like Universal in itself is a big thing as well, but also like Jurassic World is a great massive IP, so it's going to get attention no matter what. Like,
so it's Disney, so Star Wars. So it's kind of like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, but Disney's Star Wars.
Granted, they also had a Super Bowl ad this year for Velocicoaster. Very true.
Yeah, like
this year.
Yeah, literally for this year's Super Bowl.
Well, didn't see that.
There was a Velocicoaster advert in there.
Yeah.
When was the last time we seen that? But
what? Do you think that means?
Trey and Manny need to do it in the FA Cup final.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nah, mate. You think? Nah, mate. Aim big, Champions League.
Whoa.
Damn. My takeaway from that though for the Super Bowl was like cool.
Was it in Florida?
But does that mean? No, I don't. It wasn't in Florida, was it? Was it in Florida? No.
Wait, what?
Is it?
Was it in Florida?
Well, this is Super Bowl. No, it was in.
It was in LA.
Yeah, it is.
It was in LA.
But my takeaway from it though was like, does that mean like if they're willing to spend that much money on that campaign, does that mean it's not bringing in as many people as they thought it was going to bring in?
Because that's sorry, I was reading.
If they put an ad in, if they put a Super Bowl ad out there, which is you're talking millions, like it's ridiculous money to put a 30-second advert in there.
Not really. It aired on NBC, which is owned right by Universal.
But surely there'd be so many
other way around. Actually,
is it?
Yeah.
Well, I got one of it right. Strike that.
But yeah, fair. Yeah. If that makes perfect sense. If it aired on NBC, then like it only makes sense for them to throw a Velocicoaster advert in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Considering
Comcast literally own the Universal parks.
Yeah, but like they're taking up a spot from themselves though, right? They're taking up a spot of like millions. When you look at I can't remember, I don't know off the top of the head, but I remember looking into it one time, like how much these adverts cost, and it's like
$10 million, I think, something like that.
It's something mental. It's
they basically do it per second, don't they?
Per second, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So I don't know. Either way, it's costing them money, even if they're throwing their own advert on there.
All I took away from that Super Bowl is that the new Doctor Strange film is going to be epic.
Oh, dude,
that's what I got from that.
Oh, dude, I mean, I don't want to tangent too far with this, but that might be my most anticipated Marvel film.
I haven't seen it.
Moving forward.
Apparently, for a 30-second long ad, they had to spend on average 6.5 million.
Yeah,
for that spot.
It's like the cost of a normal, like a non-Marvel film, anyway. Like
that's not the typical Manscaped advert, is it? In the middle of a YouTube video, that's definitely not the same revenue.
I think, like I say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if they got it, even if they got that for free. It doesn't matter because, like I say, they're taking up that money, so it's costed them like $6 million or whatever to put that on, because someone else would have taken that spot.
And I also think in terms of the return on investment, like there's obviously been a lot of domestic travel, in the US over the past like year or so, but I still think there's a lot of people that haven't traveled as well, and with international and also with international travel coming back in full force this year, everyone and their fucking dog is going to Florida this year, including myself, right. Hopefully. And like I think there's so much potential tourism flow for an NBC to capitalize on by putting a Velocicoaster advert out there. So there's more people outside of the US than just the US that watch the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And like they're gonna be no holds barred in terms of getting as many people back to the resort as possible.
Yeah.
So I feel like the return on investment is
the whole Universal ethos at the moment, is to bring people back to the entertainment. That's what it is, like across all of their marketing, pretty much.
Sam said, "Oh, good to know. I will make sure I'm busy those days." Okay, so you don't break my heart again.
Sam, don't.
What did you do to the poor man, McCall?
Oh man,
ghosted him, mate. So I was just going to share this as well because this was I was busy. I'm just going to share this because this was a big thing on this Twitter a few weeks ago now. Did you see when people were showing you what the transport is from the Star Cruiser Hotel to the park? Have any of you guys seen this?
It's a truck.
Yeah. So people were moaning.
They were
saying like, "Oh, this is like you're paying all that money, and this is your transport there." But it's going to be heavily themed, and you won't know you're in that truck.
Yeah, I was going to say
you're not supposed to see it from the outside.
The way that they're doing it is
magician. We're not going to show you how to do everything.
Yeah, the way they're doing it is you are loaded into that from a loading bay. You don't see the outside of the truck whatsoever.
Oh, dear heck!
And
so this is
aircon. Come on.
I say this is Universal, so sorry, I was not Disney. Sorry, but like this on this Twitter, I just saw everyone just like ripping it apart, and I'm like, that's just typical, isn't it? Because I'm just like, you're missing the point.
Like
you want to see
the behind spend the scenes? Money making the outside look nice, which you're never gonna see.
Never gonna see.
No,
they're gonna spend the money on making the inside nice and adding, because they're gonna have virtual windows and stuff.
Like these are the same people who. These are the same people who go to Disney World, and you can clearly see behind Galaxy's Edge. You can see all the show buildings. So you're going to moan at that as well, the price of getting an admission, because look at the state of all the behind the stage. Wait until you see behind the scenes of like utilidors underneath the park at Magic Kingdom. Like it's just like it looks like a car park. It's such a weird thing to moan about. But there you have it.
Those people would freak out if they saw the outside of Ghost Train.
Or the inside.
At least the travel tunnel works though.
These people just will not shut up. Like it's the same with I don't know. You guys probably saw the Star Blaster ship from Guardians of the Galaxy outside of the ride, and the Disney are in the middle of constructing the stand for it, and people are relentless, so they're putting cameras over construction walls into an active construction site and comment and bitching and moaning about how it looks. It's not finished, you weirdos. What the fuck?
It's like imagine taking a picture of Bob like before it was finished. Like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Why have we got to steal?
Even I think it's pretty much finished now though, that column, and they've covered it over, and people are still moaning about it, going, "Oh, why couldn't they made it look like this and that?" And there's a great
make it look like the concept art where it was literally levitating off the ground.
Yeah, they're like, but they were comparing it to like other statues where like you see planes and like it's held up because of like the smoke out of it is like coming out of it, and then it's like held up by itself. But there's a great thread. I can't remember who put it, but there was
Dave Cobb.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, maybe.
I'm literally looking for it right now.
Yeah. But he was just explaining, like, Florida, like Orlando are going to have their own specifications of what they can have around busy people, has to withstand hurricanes, strong winds, all that sort of stuff. Like, that's an important thing you got to think about. It's like, you can't just compare like something that stands with nothing around, like there's
in a warehouse attached to a roof. Yeah. There's no roof, right? So.
It's
not
just
Pandora. It's a shit.
People just are so devoid of context with these bullshit complaints. Just fucking like.
Wow. I'm sorry. I was laughing at what Sam said in the chat.
I know you were, because I was laughing. I was laughing at it as well.
I'll never look at Bob the same now.
That Stonehenge is its toes. He's just lying down.
Yeah. Yeah, true that.
I have you seen that meme of the Easter Island heads? that the Stonehenge is actually New Zealand next host.
James, please make that meme. That needs to be a thing. Just a map of Britain. Bob's head in Staffordshire.
But I think that's about all our news then for this week. Unless anyone can think of anything else.
Yeah, let us know if you got any questions.
I did think of. Did you guys hear about the new neighborhoods that Disney are making?
Yeah,
mate, it looks very culty. I'm gonna tell you that much.
It does a little bit.
It gives me proper.
It look a bit cultish.
Yeah, what's it called? Something living. What was it called again?
I can't remember. I just remember
story. What's it? Story living.
Storybook Living or something like that.
Story Living by Disney. Yeah, it was very. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's basically they're trying to do what they did with Celebration, but on a bigger scale, bigger scale. Yeah. And a lot of people said, "Oh well, Celebration was a failure." It wasn't a failure because the place is not owned by Disney anymore, but it's a very nice place to live here, so it's not really a failure. But this is full on.
Where is this gonna be? Is this gonna be
miles? I think it's miles away. It's miles away from Walt Disney World, by what I believe.
But it's still in Florida though.
It's still in Florida.
Right.
I can't find it now.
I feel like I heard that it was in California, but I don't know.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I've not looked into it that much, but apparently it's very far away from where it actually is. But
they ain't even making it, just putting a name on it for some reason.
I briefly saw this. Let me just share my
Californian
screen.
desert, apparently from Sam.
Yeah. So here's it. So new community is where you next chapter flourishes. Definitely the start of a horror film.
Wait, Sean, have you been paid to do this? This is Disney, you know?
It's time to write the best chapter in the story of your life. Okay. Yeah. Looks very polished.
Those are Joshua trees.
I don't know. It looks interesting. I mean, we'll have to look into it more so we can actually talk about it.
Kind of gives me Westview vibes somehow.
Yeah.
Remember Westview from
If Wanda lives there and, it's got a big red dome over it, that's another thing.
But no, I remember just seeing it and it gave me, what's that film called now by Ari Aster? Midsummer. Have anyone seen that film?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Mate,
I'm not seeing it, but I know about it. Yeah.
Mate, it looked weird. But yeah, I think we're all excited. Hello, Tom. How are you doing?
Hi, Tom.
So yeah, what was you saying earlier?
You're a little late.
Yeah, a little late. We're about to go now.
He always is. Makes an entrance.
But yeah, we're all excited about Towers opening.
Saying hi.
Yeah. Can I just say something quickly?
Yeah.
You guys,
no.
If you didn't
Bye, guys.
Bye. We did a Virtual Towers stream, Virtual Towers online stream the other night, and it was amazing to see every single one of you in there supporting us. We've had over 1,000 views on a stream, which is nuts for us. So that's really cool. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen it, please go to Virtual Towers Online on YouTube, subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot more on there as well. Patreon, it's on its way, as well as our new store. So get hyped for that because it's going to be amazing. Join our Discord, everything's in there. And yeah, that's it.
Nice.
We're working our asses off.
It's nice to see that progressing.
Thank you.
For sure.
I was going to try and share a clip of the live stream, but I know that my it just won't work, will it? And on here.
No, it probably would have been at some point where we were froze or something as well. So
yeah.
Oh, there you go. And Nemesis just there's an Emmy.
There's an Emmy, which has caused
your tweet,
headaches.
Nemi, how you spell Nemi?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
One N. I agree with you. It's one N.
I've always wrote it with one M, but then
N,
someone said that if that was one M, you would pronounce it Nemi. But I was like,
what?
no, but
No,
yeah, I've always done two M's.
Nemi.
It makes sense to put two M's, but then it makes sense to spell it like Neme, like short version of it.
Yeah, I've also done that.
Neme. But
Neme.
So it doesn't really matter about the grammar. I was like, it's just what you put. But I've always started with one M. But like the overwhelming thing was 2 M's. It was just something I was thinking about one night because I saw like I've always seen it spelt differently. And
don't start in the chat. Like this has already been achieved.
Everyone's doing it in different accents as well on the thingy.
Yeah, Neme.
That's a proper Brummy one. That is. Neme. But no, I can't wait to get back on Nemesis.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't even. I've never been. It's time for me to go ride Nemesis again.
Yeah, for sure.
I've missed it so much.
I'm excited for it.
It's the one coaster I miss the most every close season is Nemesis. I'm gonna get the most out of it this year as well.
I have a Smiler more this year as well.
I have a ticket.
I definitely need to Smiler more this year.
I have a ticket for Sunday. No, I have a pre-book for Sunday. I'm gonna see about trying to get. I'm considering getting one for Saturday as well, but I definitely have one for Sunday.
Roller disco.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go in both days, but I'm gonna be filming one of them days quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, next week what we'll be talking about, I think we need to have a proper deep dive into all the different events going across the Merlin parks because there's some big ones coming. Festival of Thrills is looking really exciting. I can't wait to talk more about that. That's going to be really, really cool. Nice. So yeah, we'll do that next week. Cool.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Nice.
Exciting.
Okay, so anyone got anything in the chat you want to talk about? I'm going to lap Nemi so much this year, Carl was saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm getting rounds in.
It'll be interesting to see how much the queue is this year, with it obviously being closed for next season.
Filming quite a bit until there's a few drinks. I'm not at Towers. Unless it's Oktoberfest.
I was about to say, unless it's Oktoberfest.
I'm
going to Roller Coaster Restaurant, though, so we have to.
Yeah, that's on the night, though. Is that Sunday or Sunday night, isn't it?
That's Sunday night,
I can do that. That's fine. I'll be done by then. But yeah, no. So anyway, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We're going to be uploading this podcast up tomorrow, so you can listen to it on Spotify if you missed it, or you can rewatch this as well. But anyway, yeah, thank you. See you next week, everyone. Bye bye,
guys.
Bye.